Hello, one and all, and welcome to Creative Spark, my YouTube show where I talk to cool people about the cool things that they are doing. With me today is the only Modron who canonically has lips, Trekiros.
Oh no. Hello. Why did you start? And you told me this is the only part you have scripted. So like you took time out of your day to to write
Oh,
this
I
in a
did!
notepad somewhere.
And I'm so happy with it. It's such a good intro. Oh, so good. So proud of it. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Slightly less good than 15 seconds ago.
I'm sorry. Oh, it will
Also, I
get
mean,
better.
yeah, I'm definitely like a legally distinct flying eyeball construct.
Sorry,
That's
yes.
the term.
A dome dron or something.
I tried to make it like an anagram, or not an anagram. What's it called? Like a where you take the first letter of each word and it spells something cool. I didn't manage to. So if someone smarter than me in the comments can come up with something,
I feel like I should try and figure that out. But if I try and do that now, it's going to really interfere with me talking to you. So I will do it another time. Maybe it will be the title of the YouTube video if I can figure it out. It'll be entertaining. Anyway, cast your mind back, if you would be so kind, as to just before you started your YouTube channel. Why did you decide to do that?
oh, it's gonna be a bit of a story.
Mm-hmm.
So before I started YouTube, I was already doing tabletop stuff for a living, or at least I was trying to. Before I had done that, I had released a book on DM's Guild called Home Field Advantage that got like pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's in the top 0.5% bestsellers on DM's Guild. It's like
Wow.
it's won some Annie award. Well, won Annie award, but like we still count it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so like it was very successful for just the pitch. Like it is a book that gives lair actions to basically every single monster in 5e that could have them
Right.
realistically.
Very
So like
cool.
the idea was good.
Mm.
I think the execution we did our best. But then we also got extremely lucky where people like Sly Flourish, Genie D, Ted from Nerd Immersion, they
Mm.
all covered the book without being even prompted to.
Nice.
So like we got extremely lucky with the release at a time when I probably had 50 followers on Twitter,
Mm.
and half of them I assume were bots.
As is the
The other
way.
half were like real life friends. So like we were not set out for success. And the thing is, I really liked making that book, and I wanted to make other TTRPG books, but I didn't want to like gamble every time
Mm.
I press the release button because like if you don't have a following, you don't know whether your next book is gonna sell like
Yeah.
200 copies or 2,000 copies, which means you can't really justify spending on art, for example. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to send a bunch of money to artists because that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can't really justify spending money on YouTubers to promote your book because you don't know if you're gonna make that money back. So like I realized I needed some kind of a platform to let people know I exist and that sometimes I make cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple options. Mailing lists were one, but I happen to have grown up in an era where my parents would tell me never subscribe to anything online. That's very dangerous. So I don't know what a good mailing list looks like, but I do know what a good YouTube channel looks like, or at least I have opinions about that. So like I figured, yeah, I could do that. That sounds doable. And then we're 2 years later, and I kind of overcommitted a bit.
Classic. How did you come
Yeah.
up with the name?
Oh, oh God. So, so the thing is, uh, when I started, I named my YouTube channel Game Changer, and I
Right.
figured, like, yeah, sure, there's this weird indie show on Dropout that nobody has ever heard about, and it's gonna be fine because like they don't even play D&D anyway. So that didn't work out. uh, later I tried to like rebrand to Critical Eye, which I think is kind of a cool name, but I don't. I think it's kind of too late to rebrand anyway, and people just call me Trek, and that's fine. I'm cool with being called Trek, and I'm cool with people trying to pronounce the whole thing and struggling.
It's Trekiros. Trekiros.
It's one of those.
Tyrannosaurus.
Maybe. Who knows?
I like that you're not clearing this up. That brings me great joy. Why should you explain it? Why did you decide to put your real, legally distinct mechanical floating eyeball form on and not adopt a human familiar?
Yeah. There were a couple reasons. One, I don't think YouTube needs yet another 30-something-year-old white guy. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
Like, at the end of the day, like I know the cute guy that I'm using as a VTuber avatar is gonna just be more appealing to look at for extended periods of time.
Fair enough.
But then, like much later on, I realized there's also a second reason that I kind of looked at with, which is that YouTubers, they need to have lights shown in their eyes for filming, which I assume you have right now, right? Like I can see the little ring lights in your glasses.
You can see it there.
Yeah, and the problem with that is I happen to have a medical condition where if I do that, I will get migraines, and then I will go blind, and then I will have a very bad time. So I'm very happy that I don't have to do that now. And it only struck me like a year into doing this that, oh yeah, that's something that I could not have done. And I didn't realize.
It's rough. I get stress migraines mostly. Usually when I don't realize I'm stressed, that's usually when my trigger. And I'm like, what am I stressed about? I'm trying to figure that out because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, because like if you figured it out, you would take a rest and then not have the migraine like a normal person.
And instead, my brain's just like, we're shutting you down. It's like, no, please, I was working. It's great. Yeah. Wow, that's wild. Very lucky, then. Convenient.
I looked at for sure, yeah.
Do you like having it as your avatar and being separate from standard D&D YouTube in that way?
I think I do, yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm the first single-eyed YouTuber on the platform, as you said. There's someone with a human familiar who kind of pioneered the whole thing. But like, yeah, I think when people see a Modron and they hear me talk about math and all the nerdy stuff, they kind of get the message. Okay, this is what this channel is about. Like, it's about some nerdy stuff. I'm spending like 17 minutes talking about map markers and the different kinds you can have. And like, I'm the only person in the world who would ever find this interesting, I thought 2 years ago. Apparently, a couple dozen thousand people also somehow found that interesting. So that's cool.
It is cool.
Like, my goal with this channel, as I said, like, it was to build an audience, but like, my goal was 1,000 subscribers after a year. And it took a while. Like the first 6 months, I think I didn't have a single video that got over 300 views.
Okay.
But then eventually the algorithm kind of figured me out, and we blew past that goal super fast.
Did you have the thing where your videos didn't do well and then all of a sudden they picked up a few months later?
Yeah, there were a couple catalysts. The first one was my video on legendary resistances. This is why I script my stuff. It's because pronouncing stuff in another language is very difficult.
And the English language is stupid.
Yeah, you can blame the French for that. That's kind of on us as well.
It is a little bit your fault at the very least. Yeah, it's a nice change of pace.
Yeah. What was I saying?
The YouTube picked catalysts for your videos taken.
Oh yeah, so the video on legendary resistances did very well, and it was followed by a video on challenge rating, which also something people hate apparently. So that video did very well as well. And then for no reason that I could fathom, I had a short that did like 4 million views.
Yes.
I have no idea how that happened. I posted that thing on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and like I think that's it. I think it did like 300 views, which I think is about how much it deserves, honestly.
Oh.
I don't know how that happened, but apparently a lot of people now use my house rule that I came up with one day on the fly.
The coyote term, right?
Yeah.
It's fascinating, the way that YouTube works, just in general, but particularly interviewing YouTubers means that I get to talk to a lot of people who are, and there's like a clear split. There are ones who are working their way up. There are ones who are just like Mr. Karts, Dardy, and AB, who are both incredibly talented and fully deserve it. Pop up, explode. And then there are channels where they're kind of working away, doing what they want to do, and then one day one single thing happens, all of a sudden all the videos start doing better as well. It's really interesting to see.
Yeah, I was told, because before I even got into tabletop RPGs, I used to be a tournament organizer in video games. So like I had a bunch of streamer friends as part of that, and I kind of knew how YouTube worked already through those people. Like and basically every single one of them told me YouTube is a grind. You gotta make videos for 2 years, and it's gonna be soul crushing, and you're gonna hate every moment of it. I was like, cool, let's do that. Sure.
That sounds great.
That sounds great.
Was it the Legendary Resistance video the point that it started to feel like more than just a hobby?
I mean, it was already more than just a hobby before that, because I'm lucky enough to live in France, which means I don't really need to care about stuff like healthcare like a lot of my American friends. I don't really need to care about rent. Like my rent has been $400 for 10 years now. That's kind of yeah.
Fine, I'm fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
So like my costs of living have been very, very low from the start, and I quit my job during the pandemic to try and pursue passion as a job. Because like as I told you, like I was doing tournament organizing for specifically Super Smash Brothers, and if you know anything about Nintendo, which I think you do, because like you dabble in video game stuff,
I do.
Nintendo is not really a fan of its own fans.
No.
So like when I got into D&D and I realized, oh, I can fix a multi-billion-dollar corporation's game, and instead of getting cease and desist letters, I will get money. I was like, oh, that's what I've been looking for my entire life.
This is a strict
I know a lot of people are like, I don't want my hobby to feel like a job. I've been trying to turn my hobbies into a job my entire life. I just didn't succeed.
I think it's fine to turn your hobby into a job. I've done it multiple times. I was a personal trainer because I was really into fitness. I wrote about games because I really like games, and now I'm doing D&D stuff because I like D&D stuff. Like, this isn't my job, but like I think it's fine to spend time toiling away on your passion, because I think it's important.
Yeah. I mean, I love it.
That helps. How did you initially pick what to do videos on?
So my view of YouTube is that there's kind of two ways you can bring value to the viewers. It's either through your personality and being entertaining and being like magnetic in that way, and I was like, oh, that's not me. And the other is through your expertise and like stuff you know, and I was like, well, I haven't seen people make websites for D&D and then make videos about it. Like there were still Cobalt Fight Club and fantasy name generators, but these people were not making videos about their projects.
Yeah.
So I figured like that's one way I can bring value that hasn't really been done before. And then I've always been a huge game design nerd, basically since my entire life. Made a bunch of indie video games that never went anywhere. Most of them I didn't even release. But like at least I had some experience with that. I could talk. Like I think every single person in the world has one subject that they can go on a rant about for 2 hours. For me, it's map markers. All right. So that was kind of the obvious choice.
I don't know what mine would be. Being tired. is that a valid thing to talk about for 2 hours? I'm real good at it. So along with obviously the YouTube work, you also are developing your own system as well, right? Flareful.
Yes, indeed.
Did that come about naturally as your interest in everything has evolved, or is it something that you had in mind from the beginning?
Sorry, you cut off for a second.
Very rude of my microphone. Is that something that you kind of progressed to naturally, or is it something that you had in mind from the beginning?
Yeah, like as I told you, I wanted to make other books from the start, and for a long time I thought those other books would be D&D settings and D&D books, and then the OGL happened, the exact month I was planning on starting my channel. So I delayed it for like I didn't want my first videos to be about drama, because that would set a direction for my channel that I would not be happy with.
Yeah.
But yeah, like because of this, and because I was working on a 5e setting for a while, I hired a bunch of artists and spent a bunch of money on it, and maybe I could share those pieces of art on Discord, because I don't think I'm ever gonna find another use for them otherwise. But yeah, like eventually that project kind of fizzled out for a bunch of different reasons. And so I decided, let's do something else, but let's instead develop it publicly instead of like doing YouTube and then doing this one thing in secret. I wanted it to be public from the start, even if it ends up being like giving people an idea that this game is way more finished and way more mature than it actually is. Like, I'm changing the entire action economy this month. And it's been 2 years, right? So like I'm okay with people kind of falling in love with the idea and then me completely changing the idea, because at least I have self-accountability. People know I'm making this, which means I have to actually finish it now. And like mentally, that's very important.
Yeah. Yeah, it helps to have those outside influences forcing you to keep doing the thing you said you were going to do.
Yeah. Because one thing I learned about myself when I did Home Field Advantage, that book on DM's Guild, is when I'm making my own stuff, I'm chill. Maybe too much. But as soon as like I feel a sense of responsibility over maybe other people's work, I don't know, like the caveman instinct kicks in, and I go, must protect tribe. So like I went ham on the marketing for that book, and I think like the moment I am in a position where I can hire people to work on Flareful and maybe help me with the world building, maybe help me with monster design and like all of that stuff that is very like in the list. So like it's very easy to give other people those tasks. Like I am looking forward to the to doing that, because I know that's going to absolutely boost my motivation on this project so much to just feel responsible for other people for a change, rather than just doing self-promotion all the time.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. The only reason I work as hard as I do is because I have kids. If I didn't, I would just be far lazier, because it's just easy to do. How do you decide what to do videos on now?
So I think you've had a few interviews with people like me who make GM advice videos, and I think what a lot of us have trouble with is after a couple of years you kind of run out of advice.
Yeah.
So nowadays, like I am experimenting. I am trying to find things where I suck, like mysteries a couple of months ago, and trying to figure out ways that I can maybe suck less at them. And usually that involves a lot of research, which is unfortunate because that means my videos take a lot of time to put together. But that's what I find very like satisfying to do as a YouTuber, and I think that's also something where the viewers will get a lot of value, because by definition, if I have to do a lot of research to get to the point of a topic, then that's a lot of research that my viewers won't have to do.
Yeah.
So like that's how I know I can bring value to people, is by bringing value to myself.
No, that makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense, because you're saving, if you're doing the research on everyone else's behalf, and I mean your most recent video just passed 40,000, I believe, at the time of talking.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's a substantial number of people you've saved the effort of researching something, which is definitely good.
Yeah. And beyond that, I mean, I think it's just a regular common sense piece of advice that just bears repeating at every opportunity. Is just make the stuff you want to exist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. What is the long-term aim of the channel? Is it still just to provide for the TTRPG stuff, or is it something else entirely now?
The goal hasn't changed too much, mainly because I haven't achieved the first goal of making another book after Home Field Advantage. I mean, there has been a few projects like Save or Suck, which is a book I made with Pesto Enthusiast and Dan Khan as part of the Legendary Resistances video. But that has been almost 2 years ago now, so I need to step up my game and release new stuff. And yeah, new stuff is definitely on the way. Maybe by the time this video comes out, I will have announced something. I don't know. This
will be out, let's see, next Thursday.
So maybe not.
That will be a week ago for those of you watching this. It's when we're talking. So, what about for the game design stuff? Is that what you'd rather be doing, or is YouTube what you'd rather be doing?
I think personally, I like doing a lot of different things. So, like, if I only did YouTube, I would probably quit. If I only did code, I would probably quit. If I only did game design, I would probably quit. But like the fact that I get to wear a bunch of different hats, and whenever I'm tired of one, I can just go do something else for a while. That is very healthy. I think you kind of need that.
It's nice to be able to switch between different styles of work when you need, when you know you need to be doing work on something. Yeah,
it's like video editing, for example. I like doing it for 2 days, once in a while. I wouldn't want it to be my day job.
I hate video editing. I hate it so much. But I also that's why my videos are very low lift edits. If I had to do anything more complicated like the style that you do, I would have to be making more money and paying someone, because I just don't have the brain for it. My brain taps out.
Yeah, like because I'm a VTuber and I only have 3 pauses, I kind of have to compensate by going ham on the edits. Otherwise, like, I don't think if all you ever saw was me in front of this parchment background with no edits whatsoever, like I think this wouldn't pass the litmus test of, is this a video I would watch myself if it was something like, if it was made by someone I didn't know anything about, who I didn't care about, like, I don't think I would watch that. So I'm just trying to pass the bar of a video I would watch myself. And apparently that requires hours and hours of video editing. That's unfortunate, but like, oh well.
I've seen your edit timelines, and they're the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life, man.
I am working on something right now that is going to be wild.
The amount of effort you put in is incredible, and I think it's very easy for viewers to forget just how much work can go into a YouTube video. Not mine. Mine are super easy, but other people's, yours especially. It's very impressive.
No, I absolutely get it, because like I see a lot of comments about people like D&D Shorts, for example, and people call his videos low effort. I don't think his videos are low
They're
effort.
not.
Have you seen the editing?
Yeah.
The amount of clips from different things, like this is not something you can improvise, right? This is something that
You're planning
there's
ahead.
there's a whole pipeline in there that's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's also in a position where he's got like a team of people perpetually working on things as well. So
Yeah, sure, but like that is still work, even
no,
though
100%.
right.
I'm not decrying from the work. I'm just saying, going back to the point about accountability, that it probably helps to have that. He's doing a lot
absolutely.
He's doing a lot of cool charity stuff as well at the moment, which is good to see. Do you feel as though you're at the point with your YouTube audience where you can afford to be a bit more experimental with your videos and your topics?
So I tried experimenting. In February, I did a thing called Flareful February, where I made a bunch of different videos about the game that I'm making. And before doing that, I had talked with the dungeon coach, who had done something very similar for DC20.
Yeah.
So I was like, please give me advice and please tell me all of the mistakes you wish you didn't make. And he basically told me that the moment you talk about something other than D&D, you should expect a drop to like 15% of your usual views, which is harsh. So that's why I decided to do like this event type thing where I would do 7 videos in a single month and maybe compensate for the 15% drop by just bringing hype around it, right? That worked. Like the videos did at least 30% of my usual views, at the least. Some of them actually did better than my usual views.
Awesome.
So like in terms of views, that was great. There was one problem though, which is that if you make one video experiment, YouTube is like, okay, yeah, maybe that was a stinker, but like you're still good. If you do 7 video experiments in a row, YouTube suddenly goes, okay, that's your new baseline. That's who you are now. So like all of the videos I did last year, they got at least 20K views. After doing that, I struggled to get past 5K views.
Wow.
Same subject, right? I went back to doing videos about D&D, but because I had done this series of 7 videos in a month, I kind of sabotaged and self-destructed my entire channel because of this. So now I am slowly working back to hopefully numbers that would be similar to what I was doing last year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a grind. I need to basically purge my YouTube upload history of the Flareful February stuff. And when that's done, maybe I can start experimenting again. But like, I want to, for now, I need to figure out a way to bring the viewers back, because like, yeah, of course, a lot of people are here for my D&D stuff. And the moment I talk about Flareful, they're not going to be here. And that's fine. I don't need every single viewer to buy Flareful. Like if 1% of them decide that the game is cool, that's already more than enough as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But like, if YouTube is convinced that I'm only making videos for that 1% of viewers, I'm going to be in trouble.
Yes. Do you think it has to do with the frequency? Because obviously YouTube really rewards consistency when it comes to upload timings, right? Do you think it's because
it does, absolutely.
Or at least partially, do you think it's partially to do with the fact that you did 7 videos in a month, which obviously is a substantial uptick in the frequency, and then you went back to your normal upload schedule?
So the part of the reason I do monthly videos in the first place is, one, because of my migraines, which means I don't know in a given week if I will have like 7 days of work, 5 days of work, 2 days of work.
Right.
Like, it's kind of unpredictable. So any kind of weekly or bi-weekly schedule for me is just unrealistic. And then doing a monthly schedule, it also allows me to do Flareful on the side. Whereas if I did a weekly or bi-weekly stuff, it would be so much harder to actually get some game design in and do other things. So like, from the start of my channel, I think I kind of gave up on consistency, which, like, I know for a fact if I could do bi-weekly videos, it would be much better in terms of like the numbers. But like, I have to be aware of my limitations and I have to play with them. Like, everyone has their own circumstances. I told you about my low cost of living, my migraines, the fact that I can code, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
That's all part of my strategy, quote unquote. Someone else is going to have a different set of circumstances. Like, if you can sing, go do that. If you can cosplay, go do that, right?
Yeah.
In my case, like, I decided on the monthly schedule first, and then I figured out, like, okay, if I'm doing a monthly schedule, what does that mean for the format of the videos? That means I can do more research than just about anybody else on YouTube.
Yeah.
So that's one advantage I have now because of all of the disadvantages I have.
Yeah. No,
So,
it makes sense. Turning that into an advantage is obviously a good plan.
Yeah. If I did bi-weekly videos, it would probably be like news or something, like something easier to make, because you couldn't make the type of videos I make every 2 weeks. That's just unrealistic.
Yeah, because you spend 4 or 5 days editing. You'd have to literally never do anything else.
And then even just the script, like the script for some of those videos, it took 3 weeks just because you can't write the script until you know what you're going to talk about, and it's going to take several weeks to even figure out.
Well, you're also writing in a second language, right? Which I imagine
There's also
has its
that.
own... Would you rather do YouTube videos in French?
I kind of wish I could, but I think what happened with D&D is it used to be very popular in France in like the 3.5 era. One, because of Baldur's Gate 2, and then also because at the time we had this thing called Nahelbuck, which, if you're not familiar, is basically the French equivalent of Critical Role, complete with like animated series, video games, live shows, comic books. Like, they have the whole things, or at least they had back in the 2000s when it was actually airing. Like, you won't find a single geek my age in France who cannot at least quote an entire episode or two. Like, this thing was huge. But that was 3.5, and then 4E happened, and Wizards of the Coast kind of dropped the ball with that one. So, like, when it came time for 5E, 5E became huge because of like Stranger Things and Critical Role. That's what's usually associated with it. But like Stranger Things, okay, yeah, we have Stranger Things in France. Critical Role is not being translated. That means half of the 5E boom. Half of the reason behind the 5e boom just didn't happen in France. So like D&D kind of stayed dead for a very, very long time. And like we saw, like, I think it took until 2018, 2019 for us to even get a translation of Curse of Strahd.
Oh, wow.
So like, yeah, it was just not viable to make content in French.
Okay.
Nowadays it's a bit better. Like, we have basically all of the biggest French streamers are now playing D&D.
Okay.
So people like Grenier, all of that stuff. I'm actually not very up to date with that because I've just spent most of my time in the English speaking sphere as a result.
Yeah.
So like, I know those people exist. I've honestly just never even talked to them.
I had no idea.
Maybe one day, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's tricky to split yourself between two different spheres, and ultimately, if the English-speaking one is the one that you're in, it's obviously tough to skirt the line. And I can't imagine if doing a video in French would do anything good for your YouTube algorithm at this point either.
Yeah, I mean, I could try, because at least I have the advantage that I don't need to care too much about the way my lip flaps match the audio.
That's true. That is true.
Like, I could just read up the video and upload it on a secondary channel, but like, that is extra work that I have no idea how good it will do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it would have to be a secondary channel, and that's a whole load of effort all on its own as well.
Yeah, or I need to figure out how to do different audio tracks, but I don't even know if every channel has access to it. Like, I haven't seen the option for mine.
I didn't have it, but I'm a small little dude on YouTube. They did try to turn on the automatic dubbing, which I had to turn off, but
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be an AI French Jason.
Understandable.
Not here for that. Nothing wrong with being French, obviously, just not being AI and also French.
Yeah, there's only so much you can take.
Yeah, man.
Just AI or just French.
Is there anything coming up that you would like to plug?
Well, I am working on a bunch of videos right now. The summer has been kind of hectic. If you're on my Patreon, you probably already know that the video I have been working on for 2 months has been delayed a bunch of times. I can almost certainly say that it's finally coming out. It's going to be a video about magic items. It's going to be great. Before or after that, depending on life happening, there will be a video about Daggerheart's starter adventure and the changes I would make to it, which I think is going to be super interesting because, like, a lot of people are trying to convince their group to give this game a try right now, and like I like this game. I would want it to give people a good first impression. And that's at least the next 2 videos. I have also like started working on 3 other videos at the same time. It is unhealthy. Please send help.
Just finish a video, man.
But yeah, it's gonna be good. Like the next couple months, I have some cool stuff planned.
Sick. Thank you very much for coming. Can you wave? Is that a thing you can do?
I can point at the screen and pretend it's a wave.
I'm gonna do the exact same pose as you then, and we'll do that as the sign.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so it's that.
I think you're off your frame. There we go. Bye.
Goodbye.